like, I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war.
Coming up, it's an AFC East rematch where Buffalo has won 6 straight against Miami. Can the Bills sweep the series for the 3rd straight year? We'll find out next.
There's a look at Bills Stadium here in Orchard Park, New York.
Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense.
Leading him out in his 6th season now from NC State, it's Jacoby Brissett.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're up. Finds through, and now a crease. And all the way in from Miami. Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Dolphins have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
On 1st down, Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. On play action, Allen rolling to his left. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Another 1st down there as this one goes for 25. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
Steps away to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. They're already trailing here in this 1st quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go, but when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. To the air, Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic. and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. To throw, Brissett. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. On 2nd and 10, Brissett dumps it off to Gurley. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And in the air once more, it's Brissett. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Buffalo. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. Throwing, Brissett. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. might want to take that course.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after one, right here on EA Sports. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be Dolphin football. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. From the 38, Brissett. They'll get this out to Gurley. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now Brissett. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. First down, Brissett. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run stuff in variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Back to the ground game here. Gurley shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. From the 16, Brissett able to find Shaheen here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Check, crunch.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Brissett. Touchdown, Dolphins. Adam Shaheen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that'll be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. Touchdown, Bills! Isaiah McKenzie, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Oh, he missed it. No good. So this remains a 4-point game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. He'll get this off to Gurley. That catch good for only a couple. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not really much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Brissett, and that one's complete to Gurley. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Brissett. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The kick by Sanders is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. A final shot before half for Allen. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
picked off by Jason McCourty. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. And that's complete to Sanders. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone.
He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being...
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee. Maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Brissett. Hit as he throws. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves starting to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And out come the Dolphins now. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 69 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now Gurley. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Brissett sets to throw it. Going underneath here to Shaheen. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Pushes past him, and he'll go out of bounds finally at the 7. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Todd Gurley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on second down. Allen. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and it's third and short. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. One final try here for Allen. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Allen now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Flushed out right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. To throw, Brissett. That throw complete to his tight end Long. And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. Throwing. Brissett. And this is caught. It's Parker. Touchdown. Devontae Parker with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. McKenzie returning it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Allen off the play fake. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now Brian Flores is going to take a chance here. So that turns out to be a good call by Brian Flores. Sliding out of the pocket. He finds his man complete. That's McKenzie. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. He finds his man complete. That's McKenzie. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. He'll buy some time right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. The 4th quarter touchdown there. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
It got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Miami set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On second down, it's Gurley again. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist to the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Miami. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive. And in a relatively... And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make...
There we go.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Here's Allen. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, his second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2. Another carry now for Gurley. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
set. He's got Fuller. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He finds his man, complete. That's McKenzie. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. This, the second.
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there.
And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball.